Before we move on to the video, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Turn on the bell icon and allow all notification, so that you won't miss the amazing useful video that is coming up tomorrow. If you love a man, you look forward to the day when he will propose to you. You start weaving dreams of your future together, looking for the signs he wants to marry you someday. You can sense that he admires you, possibly loves you deeply, but whether or not he wants to settle down with you someday remains a question. If he wants to marry you someday, even if that day is not soon, he will give you some signs. With a bit of attention to detail, you can easily figure out that he thinks you are the one for him, and he wants to be married to you. And that's exactly what you want to know, right? So go through this and find out the things that he sees himself marrying you eventually. 15 signs he wants to marry you someday. Perhaps you have been seeing each other for quite some time now, and it feels like you have met your soulmate. And now you want to know whether he is going to be your life partner or not. So you want to look for clear signs that he wants to marry you someday. But how do you tell if he wants to marry you for sure? Asking that directly may not seem plausible to you, but you can certainly look for these signs. 1. He has made you a part of his life. Flings are secretive affairs, and two people do not share much beyond their fantasies and desires. However, when two people fall in love, they tend to make efforts to know more and more about each other. And when a couple is looking to settle in life together, they make each other part of it much before. If he shares his goals with you, confides in you, and includes you in his day-to-day life, he surely has plans to have you in his life forever. You are pretty much his best friend as much as you are his partner. 2. You have met his family. If your guy has made you meet his family in close ones, then this is a very important sign that he wants to marry you someday. His family is the other people he loves the most, besides you. He would want you to be present at his family's get-togethers and gatherings, if he sees a future with you. He's relying on you to make a connection with his family members. If he wants you to know his family, and for them to like you, it is a clear sign he sees himself marrying you. Apart from this, he will take a keen interest in your family, relatives, and close friends. He looks forward to spending time with them as well, as he wishes to know them better too. 3. He talks about the future with you. If your man sees you as his wife one day, he will discuss his future with you. He makes you a part of all his future endeavors. He may often discuss financial and personal goals with you, and how he is planning to secure the future. One of the most prominent signs he wants to marry you someday is that he involves you in his future pursuits. 4. You hang out with his best friends as a couple. If your man sees you as his +1, it is one of the clearest signs that he wants to marry you. You are a part of his friends' gatherings, especially friends who are happily married. He thinks about marriage, and since it is the next organic step to your relationship, he wants you to hang out with his close group of friends. He also wants you and them to know each other. This is another sign that he wants to marry you, and is looking to have you in his life long term. If he invites you to gatherings and outings, where his friends come with their spouses, he wants to marry you. Gradually, his friends start to see you as a couple, and believe that you will be married soon. 5. He doesn't shy from acknowledging your relationship on social media. Social media has assumed a lot of importance in our lives these days. Your man tags you in cute memes, and doesn't hesitate to show off your relationship in public. He is not shy to admit that you two are together. If he uploads pictures with you, and comments on your pictures too, it's one of the signs he wants to marry you. If he is not afraid to show your relationship to the public, and he is serious about this relationship, he is in for the long haul, and that should include marriage as well. 6. He looks to save money. If your man has suddenly started to cut down on his expenses or is looking to save money, he might be getting ready to get married and settle down with you. He might even suggest opening a joint bank account. This indicates he is looking to solidify your bond. He may always be interested in planning for joint assets or buying a property. Money is a very fragile topic, and if he shows his willingness to discuss the topic with you, it's one of the signs he wants to marry you. 7. His children love you as much. If the man in question is divorced or a widower with kids, he will ensure you connect with his kids if he is serious about you. His family would probably already be aware of you if he intends to marry you someday. You may already feel the warmth and respect of his family. He will never make you look like a stranger in front of his family, and will ensure that you feel included in his life. He may not be able to spend a lot of time with you owing to his other priorities, but you will feel valued and welcomed every time. 8. He is interested in living with you. Has your guy invited you over to stay with him? Is he keen to live with you? Or are you already living in together? Either way, if you are living together or he is keen to move in together, it is one of the top signs he wants to marry you someday. Has he recently mentioned something about getting a pet together? He may have given the keys to his apartment to you, and is ready to live with you, because he probably believes marriage is just a formality. The guy who is sharing his belongings with you lets you into his sacred space, and works to resolve issues, if any, sees himself marrying you. 9. He asks for and values your opinions. If your guy wants to marry you someday, he must consider you important in his life. Egos in relationships do not last together. If your man can set aside his ego and ask for your opinion on something, it means he values you. It is also an indication he looks upon you to be his advisor on things he cannot crack himself. He trusts in your abilities and feels confident in them. The guy knows that there will be tons of issues wherein you will take common decisions if you get married. In a way, now that he knows your stand on different things, it becomes easier for him to decide his future with you. 10. He knows your likes and dislikes, even the little things. The little things about you. Yes, so this man who is looking to make you his wife someday focuses on the little things. He knows the real you, all that you like and dislike, and he pays attention to the little things. The slightest change in your looks, that little frown, that where you are trying to mask behind a smile, he can see it all. And he will make it a point to know what's happening right there and then. Anything that holds relevance to you holds relevance to him. He considers you very important in his life, and anything that concerns you concerns him as well. He remembers all the important days and dates, knows how you like your beverages, and remembers that you hate those red roses. Because in the end, it's all about little things. If you find your man going out of his way to do, not just the big, but the little things as well, it is one of the signs he wants to marry you. 11. He doesn't shy from showing affection. If a man truly wants to marry you someday, he won't have any qualms about being affectionate and loving toward you. He wouldn't hesitate to show his love for you in public or when he is with his friends. You can feel the pride he feels when he tells others that you are his girlfriend, and his gestures indicate that he is serious about you. He indulges in a fair bit of PDA with you too. This is one of the unmistakable signs he wants to marry you. 12. He loves your family as his own. If a guy shows the same compassion, love, and respect for your family as he does for his own, he is looking to marry you someday. He does not think of you as just his girlfriend, but as a life partner. He considers it his duty to ensure that your family is alright and becomes protective of them. 13. He often brings up kids in his conversations. Having children is organic for many couples post-marriage. If your man talks about how he wants to raise his kids or what he has planned for them in the future, it indicates he is looking to have a family soon. He's gathering your views on the same. Perhaps he has already told you what he would like to name his son or daughter, or how he wants them to grow up. Perhaps he is loved by all kids and you can see that. This indicates he is looking to have you as the mother of his kids, and that you will be a doting dad someday. If he hints at this often, it's one of the signs he wants to marry you. 14. You are his go person when he is in a mess. All of us get into messy situations in life. And during these phases, we turn to our most trusted friends and partners. While women are pro at sharing things, men usually like to keep things to themselves. Still, if your man opens up in front of you and shares his feelings with you, you can be certain that you are the woman he intends to spend his life with. His disappointments, his triumphs, and his sorrows are all laid bare when he's with you. During such times, you should refrain from judging him because he is showing you his vulnerable side. If he has confidence in you, be careful not to shake it, as it can be a real deal breaker. 15. You can just feel it. One of the last but the most important signs that he wants to marry you someday is in the trust and belief you have in him. You can feel he treats you as his wife, and you like it that way, and can feel both of you living as husband and wife soon. You can see it in the way he treats you, or the way your heart goes racing at the sight of him. If you feel so, it is likely to happen, and your soulmate connection is just about to happen. He may have never told it to your face right away, but if you are smiling reading this, you know these are exactly the things he does for you. You are in love and also hoping to settle down with him and spend the rest of your life with him. Rest assured, you are happy and hopeful that the will you question will soon pop up. Was this video helpful? If it was, then don't forget to give a thumbs up, and also let us know in the comments section if anything that is popping in your mind. Lastly, if you are new here and watching our video for the first time, please subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, and select all so that you won't miss any of our upcoming videos.